So I've decided to come back to the world of watches and bring you this beautiful new acquisition to my collection. There's something about this watch that blew my mind, and I think it's because it's just so classy. Does it also have a sporty element to it? I would say it does, and looks amazing in pretty much any attire, but a black shirt really brings it home, so I recommend that to get the full effect. Now I guess I should test whether or not I recommend it to all of you, so sit back and relax as I put it under the microscope and get to the core of this gorgeous timepiece. Now, first and foremost, I picked this watch up used, so I don't have every single item it came with new, but I do have the main attraction, which is the original Omega box. For some reason, these tend to be larger from the two Omegas I own so far. I guess I don't mind until the time comes to sell it, and then I'll have some minor gripes due to finding a suitable box to ship it, or maybe the extra cash it will take, but in the meantime, while I'm its rightful owner, I currently enjoy the quality and presentation Omega has provided me here. This watch retailed for $6,000, but you can pick up a used one for around $4,000, so I will base my judgment on the latter since this one is used. If we remove the white box, we can see that inside it has a soft, spongy type padding that really impressed me that Omega decided to use due to the high gloss that the box has and the scratch magnet it would be if it were just flopping around in a cardboard case. Also, we have an operating manual, the standard Omega instruction book, and then if we turn our attention to the case, it has an Omega logo on the top underneath of the clear coat. It is not raised, so it stays beautiful and it's smooth to the touch. Working our way down, we see a silver button that is very nice with the phrase, "Since 1848," an Omega symbol with a globe and Swiss made as well. Actually, the Omega name wasn't incorporated until 1903, technically, and they were formerly known as La Generale Watch Company. But origins aside, this box has a flip top once you push the button that opens to reveal the star timepiece. Again, I really love this presentation, and it introduces you very elegantly to the watch. So next, let's do a quick rundown on some of the measurements of the case and strap. First, we have a total weight of 107 grams, a case size of 41 millimeters, which is very wearable for most, a thickness of 13.2 millimeters, which is really the sweet spot for a luxury watch. The lug-to-lug is a comfortable 47.9 millimeters and an admirable 20 millimeter between the lugs for the strap. So I opted for this rubber strap, and I'm glad I did, mostly for comfortability purposes. It has a patterned rubber look to it through the middle section with a light gray stitching along the sides. The clasp is a stainless steel fold-over deployment style with a 2-button release that really serves this watch well for quick adjustment to your wrist and is signed with the Omega logo on top with the Omega font underneath. It's a great touch of branding that really works well. I also like how the band meets the case with an integrated polished look, reminding me slightly of a bracelet option. All around a fantastic, comfortable, and convenient band here. Moving to the case, we see a horizontal brushed polish on the sides, with a polished strip leading to the bezel, which is also polished. The top of the lugs looking straight on at the dial are also brushed, giving the case a nice dynamic of the two. The screw-in crown that provides 150 meters of water resistance has a nice grip and is also signed with the logo. Now, as we gaze at the dial, there are many things to comment on, so let's get started with the fact that Omega used a domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective treatment on both sides, and it is definitely noticeable at most angles. The dial itself uses a black horizontal teak pattern mimicking that of a luxury sailboat deck and adorns an applied Omega logo, Omega font, and Seamaster phrase with a printed co-axial master chronometer at the bottom and a date window at 6 o'clock, which is probably my favorite location for this complication. The hands and indices consist of a silver-toned arrow shape that are bold in their execution. There are Arabic numeral minute markers at the 5-minute intervals and lined markers around the outer rim. It's an all-around casual feel with hints of dress. There is a stark blue luminescence on the hands and markers that is easily visible in the dark, and a great choice in my opinion for this midnight black dial. Now to the main star of this Seamaster, we see that Omega decided to use their 8900 caliber co-axial escapement, which requires less servicing and offers a plethora of features, starting with an exhibition caseback and decoration, automatic winding, a Swiss certified master chronometer, which basically means it's been tested thoroughly for precision, a whopping 39 joules for smoother function, a VPH sweep of 25,200 with 60 hours of power reserve, a time zone function that allows the hour hand to be moved without affecting the time, and probably the coolest feature that boasts an impressive 15,000 Gauss anti-magnetism, and when put into the real world would allow you to wear this watch during an MRI scan, with a 1.5 Tesla magnet, of course. Not that you'd be allowed to take it in the room with you, but that's pretty impressive, and the Rolex Milgauss doesn't even come close to these specs, so good on you, Omega, for this peace of mind. Overall, I think this is a real winner, and I totally recommend it for any enthusiast who appreciates attention to detail. I hope you can join me for more reviews on some of my personal favorites from my collection. Cheers!